Hello, everyone, and welcome to HCLTX Feature Review and Enablement for Content Composer. So, for this session, you're going to be seeing two of the latest features that we have for Content Composer, and those two are the version comparison and merge and the add comments without moving through workflow stages. So before I begin with the demo, let me quickly introduce to you the two personas that we're gonna have, and also to give you an overview of what you're gonna see in the demo later on. So the first one is Ethan Reed. He is a reviewer or an external approver, and in this, he wants to provide initial feedback on a newly created article without having to wait for the author to submit it for review. And the content author that we have is Caleb Malik, and he would like to utilize data from previous versions of a published article and set it as the latest version. So, without further ado, let's get into the demo. Okay, so here we are, and the first feature that I'm gonna be showing is the adding of comments without having to move through workflow stages, or just basically adding comments anytime you want to a content. So I am currently logged in as Caleb Malik, our content author, and he's been working on this article about a designer, and this is what the content looks like. And we have the following elements below. It contains the name, the job title, the summary or description of the designer, and the photo itself. And this content is still in draft stage, and as you can see, there are still no comments so far. Here in another browser, I am logged in as Ethan Reed, our content reviewer and external approver, and Ethan wants to view the content that Caleb has been working on just to check where he's currently at. So let's navigate to that content, select content, and about us, meet us, and here's the content that Caleb has been working on, Designer Zero One. It's still in draft stage, and let's go ahead and view it. Here it is, it's draft stage. No comments are added so far, and no versions yet, as you notice. And Ethan noticed that there are few corrections that needs to be done, especially with the designer name and additional description for the designer. So because of the new feature that we have, we can basically add comment anytime we want. So let me go ahead and just paste a comment. And here we can say that, "Hi Caleb, the designer name should be Thomas Crafter instead of Thomas Crafton." And also we need to mention that he is a philanthropist. So let's hit send. And here we go. As you can see, we have a new comment from Ethan Reed, and this is the date and time and the comment itself. And let's go back to Caleb's point of view so that we can see if the comment is really there. Back on Caleb's screen, let's go ahead and check the content that he's been working on to verify if the comment that Ethan gave is really here. So let's view this Designer Zero One content. And here in the comments section, you can see that we already got an initial feedback from our reviewer, and it says that, "Hi Caleb, the designer name should be Thomas Crafter instead of Thomas Crafton." And also, we need to mention that he is a philanthropist. With this comment, Caleb can easily apply the changes needed. And what's good about this is that the content doesn't need to be in review stage just to get a feedback like this, a simple feedback like this, because comments can be added anytime, and Caleb can just go ahead and do the corrections needed, and Caleb can also add comment that, let's say like this: hi Ethan, noted on this, I will be working on it. And we can click send so that, Ethan can also know that Caleb already saw his comment and that he's going to be working on the changes that are needed. So that is all for adding comments anytime on a content. Let's go ahead and move on with our next topic, which is the version comparison and merging. For the version comparison and merging, I am here logged in as Caleb Malik, our content author, and he's been working on this content designer 01 for quite some time now, and there have been changes in this content. As you can see here in the versions tab, we already have 8 versions of this content, and in the comment section, you'll see that there's been a lot of back and forth feedback and conversation between Ethan and Caleb regarding the changes that needs to be done with this content. So Caleb, looking at the latest comment that Ethan have, it says here that, hi Caleb, the initial photo that was used in the first version of this content is what we need. Please go ahead and update this content. Thanks. So Caleb, instead of switching to edit mode and changing the photo of the designer, we can go ahead and go to the versions tab and select the version that we want to compare with our current version. And we have here 2 options, which are make current, and the other one is compare with current version. So this one basically will make the first version the current version of this content. But what we need is to compare this and merge certain data about the content to satisfy the changes that was asked to be done. So let's go ahead and select this one and wait for it to load. As you can see, this is our current version, version 8 of the content. It is the current one, and here it is being compared with the version 1 of this content because according to our viewer, we need the initial photo that was used. So in this screen, there is an option here to show only the differences, and when you tick this, it'll only show the difference that is in the content. So there have been changes with a summary. For this one, this is Thomas Crafter, this one's Thomas Crafton. And the image that is being used is also different from the initial one. And we can go ahead and toggle this back to the original view. And here is a button to make current. It means that the version 1 will be the current version of this published content. But we're not gonna do that because we need this one to be merged with the current version. You can also select other versions that you want to compare. Let's say I want to select version 5 to be compared with version 1, and I'm going to show only the differences. And there we go. But let's select the current version that we have, the latest one, and go ahead and apply the necessary changes that is needed. So according to Ethan, we need to use the initial photo for this content. So this is the initial photo that we need. So let me go ahead and select this one. And all I have to do is click this merge and edit. And we also have here an option to merge and save, but let's stick with merge and edit. And it says here successfully merged and applied selected items from version 8 and 1 into the content fields. And upon looking at the content now, our photo for the designer is now updated and it satisfies the comment that our reviewer added. And let's go ahead and save this so that it'll be final for this content. and wait for it to load in a bit. As you can see, we now have 9 versions of this content. This is now our latest version, our ninth version. And we can go ahead and compare this to the previous one so we can check if that's what really happened. As you can see, we only have one differences, which is the photo. And here in version 8, this was the old photo, and in version 9, this is the photo that we need. Let's go back. And that is all for the version comparison and merging. And here are the new features that we have for Content Composer. Thank you everyone for listening and have a great day.